Hello there guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to a brand new video now. I know it's a long time since I've been doing the last video, which is of course the Aston Villa Chelsea review. It's been like 5 or 6 days. It feels like it's been a long time, but it's only like 5 days ago. But yeah, before I get into this video, I'd like to say thank God for Tottenham Hotspur. Thank you so much. And the one person who I can also thankful for is Gareth Bell. Because if it wasn't for him, yeah, Chelsea would be in the Europa League next season. And you know how very sad and embarrassing that would be. Chelsea in the Europa League for the third time because we did it in 2012 when when we went in third place in the group stage after we won the Champions League. We've done it when Antonio Conte put Chelsea in fifth, which was our bad season. And now it feels like we're going to do it again this for next season. But unfortunately, thanks to Tottenham and Gareth Bale especially for beating Leicester, Chelsea are in the top four and and Champions League group stage for next season. So thank you to both Gareth Bale and Tottenham. Even though you are rivals and I hate you, you did the job for us. So thank you so much. I won't give you guys credit, but thank you to Gareth Bale and Tottenham for putting Chelsea into the top four. As worse for Chelsea, I believe we should have won that game. I don't know how we keep on missing chance after chance after chance, and that's what's been causing these last three games. Ever since we beat Man City, we started to fall down a bit. We've lost against Arsenal, we've lost against Leicester City, we beat them in the FA Cup, we beat them at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League, then we lost to Villa. You know, 3 losses in 4 games isn't good enough. Is really not good enough. And I think Pep Guardiola will be thinking to himself, you know what, Chelsea are not quite what we'd expected. We expect them to beat those teams, but so far they're not good enough, and they're starting to feel weak. I'm gonna find out what their weakness is so that I can win the Champions League. That is what Pep Guardiola is thinking right now. I think he's going to look at those Chelsea results and think to himself that, you know, I'm confident that we'll beat Thomas Tuchel for the very first time. Because remember the last 2 games we faced against City on the Thomas Tuchel, we beat them twice. And those are in different competitions. 1-0 1-0 in the FA Cup and 2-1 in the Premier League at the Etihad. So they'll be thinking, you know, this time I'm definitely going to beat Thomas Tuchel and win the Champions League for Manchester City for the very first time. That is what he need. That's what he's thinking. Whereas if Chelsea win all those games, then yes, he will be a bit scared. But right now he's thinking, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. So this is why Thomas Tuchel needs to put out his strongest and best starting lineup for this game tomorrow night. Because even though I'm excited that it's the Champions League final, I'm still nervous. I'm so nervous because the Champions League is is an elite competition. You know, before Thomas Tuchel arrived, if people ask me that you guys are going to be in the Champions League final, I'll tell them, are you taking the piss? I actually joking because how can Chelsea get into the Champions League final if we're 10th? I would tell them you're talking rubbish. Have you seen what we did under Lampard? Finished 10th and losing all our games. You know, I'll just say that you're talking rubbish. But now under Thomas Tuchel, look at where we are. We are in the Champions League final for the very first time in 9 years. Of course, we're not going to be like Real Madrid all the time and just be in the Champions League final for every season because next season we're not going to do it. I'm sorry, we are not going to do it. Even though I want that to happen next season, we're not going to do it unless we buy a striker who can score more goals, then yes, maybe I'm confident. But for next season, like I always say, it's going to be tough. But for tomorrow, I'm so nervous, but I'm so excited because this is a match preview, and this will be the last match preview of the season. This is the last ever video for the match preview, and it's Manchester City versus Chelsea. The game kicks off tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. UK time. I don't know what time is it in Porto because that's the place that's going to happen. You know, the Champions League final is supposed to be at Istanbul, but since it's on the red list because of this COVID-19, Portugal have decided to no sorry, Porto have decided to let their stadium host for the Champions League final. And as you know, both the Chelsea and the Man City fans can attend there. So that's why I can understand why Istanbul is not going to host the Champions League final. So yeah, of course I won't be there because I haven't got enough money. So unfortunately I'm going to be inside the house watching it live. But guess what? If you Well, guess what? BT Sport are releasing the Champions League live stream over on YouTube. So if your TV ain't working, you can use either your Apple, your iPad, your phone, and your laptop to watch it live on the BT Sport YouTube channel. So that's where I'll be watching it live on the BT Sport YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm so nervous. As I'm recording this right now, we are about, let's say, like less than 28 hours away from kickoff. We are less than 28 hours away. And before the kickoff, there will be an opening ceremony, which of course it didn't happen last year because there was no fans. But since there'll be fans this year, they're gonna do the opening ceremony before the kickoff. And that ceremony is gonna be like for about 10 minutes. So yeah, I cannot wait for that one. It's gonna be amazing. I know that the ceremony will be absolutely amazing. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And then after that, the game kicks off. Now, I'm hoping that this game tomorrow doesn't end in extra time or penalties. I'm hoping that in the whole 90 minutes, only one team can win the Champions League and get the trophy. But which trophy is it going to be in? Would it be Manchester or would it be London? Let's wait and find out. Will the trophy will be blue, light blue, or dark blue? That's the thing. That's the question. So who will be the kings of Europe, Man City or Chelsea? Now, since I'm a Chelsea fan, it's going to be really tough. But the only reason why I want Chelsea to win the Champions League is because it's a huge achievement. If you look at um oh, I forgot the manager's name. Roberto Di Matteo. He did it for us in 2012 when we beat in Barcelona on aggregates. We beat, So this is what I'm talking about. If we would have win the FA Cup final and lose the Champions League, I will still be happy because, like we always say, getting the trophy and being in the top four, brilliant season, and that's what Roman Abramovich wants. Not only does he want Chelsea to be in the Champions League, but he wants to win trophies. We have a manager here that is serious. Serious. He doesn't want to sack another manager and bring another manager and say, "Oh, get Chelsea to the top four and win trophies." No, this is Thomas Tuchel's huge moment. He's under pressure if he doesn't win the Champions League. And to be honest with you, I don't want him sacked because even though we do lose against Man City, I still want him to stay. Because if you look at the achievement, the FA Cup final, of course, we've lost. The Champions League final, which I thought that would never happen, but it did. So thanks to Thomas Tuchel, he done a huge achievement, getting Chelsea in the top four, just about has a chance to win the Champions League for him and for Thiago Silva. So yeah, that's a huge achievement. So for next season, I want him to stay because I know he'll take Chelsea to another level. Just closing in on Manchester City or being title contenders because Lampard was supposed to do it this season, but since he flopped and made Chelsea lose game after game after game, he had to go. So hopefully that doesn't happen the same thing for Thomas Tuchel. Let's hope he can go to the next level and make Chelsea into top two or perhaps be in title contenders because I don't want Chelsea to be in another top four race and feel scared. I want Chelsea to secure top place. So the only way to do that is to win the Premier League or perhaps being in top two. Because we never been in the top two. Third or fourth is where we used to be, but not in the top two. So hopefully next season it will happen on the Thomas Tuchel. It's going to be tough, but let's hope it will be better than this season. Let's hope. So yeah, um, So the last time we won the Champions League was 9 years ago. I was 9 years younger, so I was about 11 years old. Since I was born on the 25th of October 2000, so I must have been 11 years old. And DJ Jopo was the best man. The way he scored that last minute winner, with the header, I went absolutely mad. And then in extra time, he conceded the penalty, but thanks to Petr Cech, our legendary goalkeeper, he saved it and made it 1-1. And then when it went to penalties, I was shaking. I was shaking. I was hoping that that Petr Cech will make a few saves, and that's what he's done. He made the double save, and then Jopa, all he has to do is score to win the Champions League final, and that's what he's done. And when he put that ball in the back of the net, I was celebrating like mad. I was drinking, not a lot. I was celebrating. I couldn't manage to sleep. I was just celebrating, singing and dancing because Chelsea were the kings of Europe, if you know what I mean. So yes, I was really happy, and that's how we got revenge. Because I remember in 2008 where John Terry was so close to making Chelsea win the Champions League for the first time, but when he slipped and hit the post, I was in shock, like I couldn't believe it whatsoever. I'm just bringing you the memories from the Champions League. I was absolutely heartbreaking where Ashley Cole took that penalty and the goalkeeper saved it. I was absolutely heartbroken, and I feel bad for Terry because I think he was winning, so that's why he slipped over. If it didn't rain, then yes, maybe Chelsea would have won the Champions League for the first time, and that could have been in 2008. So yeah, really unlucky. But then after that, oh my God, next season, oh my God. I cannot remember. I just that game against Barcelona when we drew 1-1 was absolutely pathetic. Of course, um, we Chelsea can take some of the blame for not putting our choices away to really beat Barcelona, but that referee and the linesman were absolutely horrendous, absolutely embarrassing. If the VAR was there, they would have checked on that and Chelsea could have won. And guess who would have faced again? Manchester United. If the referee or maybe the linesman give Chelsea the correct decisions, then maybe we could have had revenge on Manchester United and beat them. But we didn't because they allowed Barcelona to be in the Champions League final rather than Chelsea. Another English final. And that's what I didn't get. So next season was the worst, the most robbery of football ever. The Chelsea versus Barcelona game at Stamford Bridge in 2009, the biggest robbery ever. We deserved to be in the Champions League final, but the referee didn't allow that to happen. He didn't allow that to happen. So that's why I was so shocked. I was about to smash and just cry my eyes out, but I didn't want to do that. Otherwise, I could have been in trouble because I was 11 years old that day. But the way the referee just allowed Barcelona to win on aggregate through the away goals was embarrassing. But thank God that next season that we've won it because if we didn't win it, we would just be like the only team in England up the big six that also won the Champions League. So thank you, Joppa. Even though he was so angry in that 2000 line, at least he done the job and get Chelsea to win the Champions League final with the last minute header and the last kick of the penalty of the match. So thank you to DJ Joppa. This season, we had no one who is like John Terry or Dropper or Lampard anymore. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because defensively we're really good, but going forward we're awful, absolutely awful. If you look at the expected goals on the Lampard, 1.68, but if you look at Thomas Tuchel, a bit lower, 1.63. That how embarrassing that is. Thomas Tuchel has come in, and it looks like the players don't want to score more than 4 goals under Thomas Tuchel like they did on the Lampard. Like, what kind of a thing is this? Why are they scared? But that shows you that we need to sign a striker for next season. Now, in the transfer news, Harry Kane, Romelu Lukaku, or Erling Haaland is our option. Now, for me, if someone asks me who do you want to sign, for me it's got to be it's either Harry Kane or Lukaku, but for this one, I'll pick Harry Kane because he's won the Golden Boot for Tottenham and he's very clinical. He can even score, let's say, a few goals outside of the box, like we don't see strikers do for Chelsea Football Club. So for me, yeah, I'll pick Harry Kane. What do you guys think? Would you pick Erling Haaland, Romelu Lukaku, or Harry Kane? Let me know in the comments down below. But for me, I'll pick Harry Kane for Chelsea striker. If that doesn't happen, then I'll pick Romelu Lukaku because he's one of the best strikers in Inter Milan. He is one of the reasons, and so is Lautaro Martinez, that Inter won the title this season under Antonio Conte. Him and Lautaro Martinez. If they didn't come to Inter Milan, then they would have won. So my other option is Romelu Lukaku if Harry Kane doesn't sign for Chelsea Football Club, which I'm hopefully that will happen. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below which striker do you want to see Chelsea sign for next season. So yeah, so like I said, in the final third, we're not clinical enough. Every time Thomas Tuchel put different players in the front three, they just don't seem to shoot. He tried Kai Havertz, Pulisic and Mount. Even though that worked, not scoring enough goals. The same way with Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech and Mason Mount. That didn't work. So Thomas Tuchel should think to himself, you know what? If I want to win the Champions League, I need these. I don't know which attacking players I want to put in, especially in the false line. For me, yeah, I think for me, I'll put Kai Havertz in, but since I know that Timo Werner can do really well, especially in big games like against Manchester City, I'll put him there. It would be great seeing Kai Havertz there, but for me, yeah, I'll put Timo Werner there because this is his last chance. If he can score and get an assist in the Champions League final, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Because not only does a striker needs to get an assist, he needs to get a goal. And so far this season, he's been crap. But especially on the Thomas Tuchel, when he gets an assist, he's been brilliant. And he's caused City problems when we beat them 2-1 and 1-0 at the FA Cup. So yeah. And I think he's the only player who gets the most assists this season, which is so weird because we need someone who can get an assist and make sure that the striker gets a goal. And so far, and that doesn't happen other than Timo Werner. So that's why I'm finding it so confusing, really confusing. So yeah. Hopefully, Timo Werner can turn up in the big game in the Champions League final. And the person who, and the second person who's going to be pairing on Mason Mount on the right hand side is got to be Pulisic. For me, it's got to be Pulisic. Hakim Ziyech, I'm okay with, but for me, it's got to be Pulisic. He's the big game changer. If it was, I didn't get why he didn't start against Arsenal or Aston Villa, or I didn't get it. If he would have started those games, then I believe we could have beat those three teams, and Man City would not be scared. So for this game, I know that Pulisic will be a game changer. He really wants to win the Champions League. So if he wants to do that, Thomas Tuchel needs to start him in 90 minutes. If he has been poor, then yes, you can take him out and put Hakim Ziyech there for him to be the game changer. If I was a manager, I would be doing that. I would start Pulisic on the left, and if he doesn't play that great like he's supposed to, then I'll take him off and put Hakim Ziyech there. I will not remove Mason Mount because he's been our best player, even though against Aston Villa he's been a bit poor and other few games as well, like in the FA Cup. But for me, I'll still leave Mason Mount because he has been the Chelsea's best player this season. So yeah, for me, I'll still put Mason Mount. The wing backs, of course, it's got to be Ben Chilwell and Reece James. On the right centre back, it's got to be Azpilicueta. I never want to see Azpilicueta and Reece James playing out of position. Because if you do that against Manchester City, you know what they're going to do. So for me, Reece James has to be in the right wing back, whereas Azpilicueta needs to be as the right centre back. Because defensively, both of them could be really good, but Reece James can do brilliant crosses rather than Azpilicueta. So I don't want to see any the similar thing. I want it to be the same thing when he first came to Chelsea. Reece James, right wing back, and Azpilicueta, right centre back. I'll get into the lineup in just a few minutes, but that is my opinion. So yeah, before I get into my predicted lineup, there's two great news. Number one, Mendy looks like he could be back for tomorrow's game. Now we haven't confirmed it yet, but because the reason why he's sent off is because he's broken his rib, and I thought that, oh my god, like this is going to be the problem. Like this might be Mendy's last game of the season against Aston Villa. But Thomas Tuchel has some great news that he could start for the game against Manchester City tomorrow night, and he has to start for me if he's fit enough. Because Kepa, oh my God, I never want to see him start because they'll sit him because he will make another error leading to the goal. He does it so many times this season, and if it wasn't for him, yeah, we would have been in fourth place. We would have been, let's say, in second place or maybe in third place if Kepa didn't make those stupid mistakes. So yeah, um if Mendy's injury is all right, then he has to start. And the same way with N'Golo Kante. If he's fit enough, he has to start. And if he's starting, I'll put him besides Kovacic rather than Jorginho. Because I thought Jorginho against Aston Villa was really poor. Not winning the ball back, just passing it sideways, backwards. I don't want that. So for me, yeah, I'll drop Jorginho on the bench and put Kovacic and Kante in the pivot. Even though Kovacic was bad after the Aston Villa first goal. Before that, he was brilliant. Winning the ball back, passing accuracy was great. So I'll put Kovacic and Kante as the two pivot. So if Kante is fit, he has to start for tomorrow's game because I know he can also be a game changer. I know he can get Chelsea to win the Champions League. So for me, I'm going to put N'Golo Kante as the two pivot or the two midfield. That is it. That is all I've got to say. So that is the great news. And if you're excited for that one, let me know in the comments down below. And do you want to see both Mendy and N'Golo Kante start after that injury, or would you rather see something else? Let me know in the comments down below. Now I've been talking that much. So let's move on into my last predicted lineup of the season. And hopefully Thomas Tuchel will put out the same lineup as I'm going to do right now. So here's my last predicted lineup of the season. So my last predicted lineup is going to be a 3-4-2-1 formation as always because Thomas Tuchel likes to use it, even though we do well defensively, but going forward we are bad. So here's my last predicted lineup of the season. So in goal, like I said before, if Mendy's injury is okay, then he has to start over Kepa because if you look at his stats in the Premier League, he has got 16 clean sheets, while Edison's got 19. Can you imagine? He was so close to getting the Golden Glove, but since he conceded a few games, unfortunately, he didn't win the Golden Glove. But his first season, he got Chelsea into the team that has more clean sheets. I'm not sure if Man City are top right now, but whereas for Chelsea, the most clean sheets this season, and it's all thanks to him and the defense and maybe Kepa as well. But Edouard Mendy the most, so he deserves some praise. And if he can make big saves and get the Golden Glove for Chelsea for the very first time, that would be brilliant. That would be the best thing that's ever happened. So he was close, but Edison got the clean sheet. So it's going to be interesting who will make the big saves and get a clean sheet. For this one, I think both teams will concede, but we'll find out later tomorrow. So Edouard Mendy, well done. I know you didn't win the Golden Glove, but I know that next season you will, so well done. Now we move on into a back three. Now my back three is going to be Rudiger as the left centre back, Thiago Silva as the centre back, and Azpilicueta as the right centre back. Now Thiago Silva especially, he really, really wants Chelsea to win the Champions League because last season he lost it by Munich 1-0. They had chances to beat them, but unfortunately they couldn't. So he was so upset. So he has to put in one of the best defense so far in his entire career for Chelsea Football Club. He has to do that if he wants to get the Champions League trophy, not only for himself but under Thomas Tuchel. And that's the same thing with Rudiger and Azpilicueta. If they want to do that, they have to put in the best performance of the night. Defensively, clearances, interceptions, everything. They have to really work hard in order for Chelsea to win the Champions League. So I'm praying that they will do it, and hopefully they will. They will do it for the manager and for the fans too. And I know they will do it, and hopefully they will, if you know what I mean. Now we move on into the wing backs, and it's going to be on change. On the left is Chilwell, on the right is Reece James. Now I'm happy that these two are in the Euro squad because they deserved it. If you look at Ben Chilwell, ever since he played that position, I thought, nah, that is not his best position whatsoever. But now you can see he's defensively good, and going forward he's putting some brilliant crosses in. And maybe he doesn't do that. Maybe he wants to score as well. So that's why his best position is not only as the left wing if we're playing as a 4-4-3-3, but also the left wing back as well if we're using a 3-4-1-2 or 3-4-2-1 formation. So yeah, I think that position works well, and hopefully Ben Chilwell and Reece James will do the same thing. Ben Chilwell defensively good on the left hand side and putting some brilliant crosses in. Reece James as well, the right hand side putting some brilliant crosses in, and make sure that the striker goes in the correct position. Let's hope these two can do that and get an assist, because that'll be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now we move on into the two pivot. Now, like I said before, the great news is that N'Golo Kante is fit, and he's ready to play. So if he is, I'm gonna pair him with Kovacic and N'Golo Kante. The only reason why I dropped Jorginho is because of the last few games he has been bad. He has been bad, but he's Chelsea's top scorer this season. 7 goals. Yes, don't you think that's weird to see and hear that? 7 goals, and all of them came from penalties. That is not good enough. So he's the only player who's the top scorer, nobody else. I mean, come on. And that's what I said to you guys. This is exactly what I said why Chelsea are not clinical in the final third, because we allow Jorginho to be the top scorer and nobody else. So that's what I'm hoping next season Romelu Lukaku, maybe Harry Kane can fix that, can score more than 20 goals. Because right now Timo Werner hasn't been doing that since he plays as a false nine. He hasn't. So that's why I'm hoping that either one of those two can make Chelsea score more than 4 goals. Just be like Man City, because they've scored 4 more goals in the Premier League 8 times. I can't remember the last time that Chelsea scored more than 4 goals. Maybe it's 3 or 4 times, but that's not good enough. We need to be like a big team and make other teams feel scared of Chelsea, because right now they're happy that Chelsea are not clinical in the final third. So hopefully next season things can change. So for this one, Kovacic and N'Golo Kante, and the two pivot, because I know N'Golo Kante, especially when he comes back from injury, he'll put in the best performance like he always does in the Champions League. When we faced Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Porto, brilliant, brilliant, and I hope the same thing goes for Kovacic as well, because like I said, when we conceded the first goal against Villa, he was poor, but before that, brilliant. So hopefully these two can put in our best performance so far in the last game of the season. Now we move on into the front three. Now this one was really, really tricky. My fault was, do I go for Pulisic? So yeah, Pulisic, Mount or Werner, or maybe Mason Mount, Hakim Ziyech, or Werner. It was really tough. But my front three is going to be Pulisic, Mount, and Timo Werner. The only reason why I didn't put Kai Havertz there is because I know that might struggle a bit, and he doesn't normally start in big games, like Man City or Arsenal. It's normally Timo Werner. So that's why I'm hoping that Timo Werner can put in the best performance in the last game of the season for Chelsea Football Club. Not only get the assist, but getting the goal as well. I wanted him to score in the Champions League final. Because if we want to win, we really need to be clinical in the final third, and he needs to be more clinical. And he also needs to not make any mistakes like handball, and he has to make sure that he times this one perfectly because every time he scores, he's offside. Some of them he's onside, but all of the time he's offside. So he needs to time this one perfectly. As for Mason Mount, he has been really poor in the last couple of games, but I know that him and Pulisic will be better, especially Pulisic, because I know he'll be the game changer. He can do so well in big games. He done it against Real Madrid. He done it against Atletico Madrid, and maybe Porto as well in Champions League. So I know that Pulisic can do well in the Champions League, and so is Timo Werner and Mason Mount. So that's going to be my front three. What front three would you put? Would you put Hakim Ziyech rather than Pulisic, or would you go with my front three? But for this game, my predicted front three is going to be Pulisic, Mount, and Timo Werner. That is it. So that is my last predicted lineup of the season, the last one. Let me know in the comments down below whether you agree or disagree, and what formation. Would you want to change it or stick with this formation? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on into my last prediction of the season. Let's do. So here's my final prediction of the season. Now, this one was really, really tough because both teams are aiming to win the Champions League. Man City want to do it for the first time in their history. Chelsea want to do it for the second time in their history. So this was really tough. Now, if you're a City fan, if you're watching this, you might be thinking to yourself, oh my God, this boy is wrong. He is wrong. But unfortunately, here's what my final prediction is. Manchester City nil, Chelsea 1. I know the last couple of games like we've lost, but if Chelsea players can pull out the performance like they did against Real Madrid, maybe against Porto and Atletico Madrid, then I know I can put my money that Chelsea are definitely going to win the Champions League for the second time in their history. And we have to do that because if we finish top four and end up no trophy, then it's not going to be a good season, isn't it? It's not going to be a good season. I want to win. I want to Chelsea get into the top four and get some trophies, whether it's the FA Cup, the Champions League, the Carabao Cup, the Premier League, whatever it is. Winning a trophy and get into the top four is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And that season when we won the Europa League and in the top four, when Sarri got sacked, didn't make any sense because I don't know why he got sacked. He got us in the Champions League and won the trophy, so I didn't get that. So hopefully for Thomas Tuchel, he's not under some serious pressure, and he can get Chelsea to win the Champions League for the second time in their history. And really wants that to do that because last season he lost against Bayern Munich, so he really wants Chelsea to win the Champions League, not only for himself but also for Thiago Silva. This will mean everything to him if Chelsea win the Champions League next season. This means everything, not and to all the players as well, because they really worked hard to be in the Champions League final, which I thought that would never happen. Honestly, I never thought we'd come to a situation like this. But thanks to Thomas Tuchel and the best performance from all the Chelsea players, they did a great job. So well done to them. Well done to them. And hopefully they will leave Porto with the Champions League trophy headed to Stamford Bridge in London. I know the Arsenal fans doesn't like this, but the United fans are thinking that they want Chelsea to win since they've lost to Villarreal in the Europa League because they don't want to see their rival club lifting a European trophy like they should have done against Villarreal. So if you're a Manchester United fan, I know you want Chelsea to win. If you're an Arsenal fan, you want City to win. So yeah, it's gonna be like who thinks who can win the Champions League, Man City or Chelsea? But since I'm a Chelsea fan, hopefully Chelsea will win the Champions League rather than City. Sorry if you're watching this, City fans, but that's my opinion. I don't want to be biased, but that is my opinion from now on. So yes, that is the end of the match preview of the season. This is the last one for the season. Just like tomorrow is going to be the last live watch along for this season. And I tell you, if Chelsea win the Champions League, I'm going to do a live reaction over to my YouTube channel where I'm going to sing and to dance and to celebrate if Chelsea win the Champions League. If not, then I'm still gonna do a match reaction, but it's gonna be a disappointing one if we don't put our best performances. So yes, but hopefully we can end the season with a trophy, and I'll be really happy because I want Chelsea to get into the top four and at least get a trophy because that's what we want, and that's what Roman Abramovich wants. That's what he really wants. So yeah, that's it. The last match preview of this season. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who watches my previous match previews and commented down below. And yeah, if you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and any of my videos. And hit the bell notification so that I never miss any of my content. And if you're watching, tell all your friends to come around to my YouTube channel because I'm doing a last live watch along of the season. The game kicks off at 8 p.m. So I'll be live on my YouTube channel at 7:30 p.m. UK time tomorrow. So tell all your friends to tune into my channel because you're going to have a great time. I'm excited but nervous at the same time. And I know you guys will too if you're watching. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's do this. Let's hope Chelsea win the Champions League final tomorrow. Come on, you Blues. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. So, yes, look after yourselves. Take care. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. And peace.